Hare Krishna, thank you very much for joining our online reading session of Śrī Bhaktyāloka by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭ𝚑ā𝚔𝚞. ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकासस्य। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्य। गौरवाणी निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाश्चात्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे गंगोज कृपातमन्ते शीघ्रं श्री चैतन्य युक्त प्रभु समाज भगवते पुरुषाय परिधिवित्रयः गन्धस्मृतिसंग्रहः भूदेव विकास नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंदमय गौर शक्ति स्वरूप। Okay, so we are continuing to read from the topic from the book Śrī Bhaktyāloka. We are into the topic prayas. Okay, in one's inherent occupation, so I'm reading from here. In one's inherent occupation, there is no need of prayasa. Still, in living entity's conditioned state, there is a need for small amount of prayasa in order to cultivate devotion. Except this little prayasa, all other kinds of prayasa are unfavorable for devotional service. Prayasa is of two kinds, jnana prayasa and karma prayasa. In jnana prayasa, the feelings of oneness or kevala dvaita arises. This is also known as saijya, merging or brahma nirvana, absorption in the supreme. Jnana prayasa is hostile to spiritual life. This is explained in Vedic literature. Mundaka Upanishad in the following words. Nayamatma pravachene na labhyo na medasa na bahuna shruten yammi vaishyavarnate te na labhyas tasyaisa ma vivarnate tanum syam tanum swam. The thought is not obtained by expert explanations, by vast intelligence, or even by much hearing. He is obtained only by one whom he himself chooses. To such a person, he manifests his own form. Therefore, devotion is the only way to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay. So, here Bhaktivinoda Thakur says there are two kinds of useless labor. One is the jnana prayasa, is the useless labor, or the prayasa. And the second one is just a second. Just a second. Oh, Krishna. So here Bhaktivinoda Thakur says prayasa is of two kinds, jnana prayasa and karma prayasa. Jnana prayasa means kevala dvaita or saijyamti. In all circumstances, actually, we should reject Kevala Dvaitavada or Sahajya Mukti or Dharma Nirmana. Otherwise, we are doing a great disservice uh, to our devotional service itself. We'll end up into great problems. Mm. Mayavadi Bhashya Sunile Hoy Sarvanash. We should understand. Actually, to know the whole meaning of what Grana Prayasa is, so what we can do is that we have to read the seventh chapter of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. Does anybody know what is the seventh chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita in the Adi Leela? Can anybody recollect what is the seventh chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela? Okay. Seventh chapter of Adi Leela, this one is Lord Chaitanya and five features. So I will just share that. Mm, um, yes, this is the one. Lord Chaitanya and five features. Everybody should read this particular chapter on Chaitanya. Actually, Prabhupada printed it as a separate book. We used to have a separate book in BBT. Nowadays, it is not available. Lord Chaitanya and five features. I have that. I don't know where is it, but I have that book. Mm, Immediately, I don't have, but actually this book, this particular chapter is printed in a separate book. And Prabhupada said this book should be published and presented to all Mayavadis. So this book, Prabhupada said. So that's why if we want to escape from Prayasa, Jnana Prayasa, we have to know what is Mayavad. Because the last snare of Maya is to merge into Brahman, to become God, to think that we are God. And Keval Advaitavad is a great hindrance for devotional service. Kaivalyam narakayate. Even devotees want to go to hell, no problem. Because hell also we can preach. But merging into the Brahman, actually, why it is considered so disgraceful? Because uh, there is no service to Krishna. That's the problem. We lose our identity as a spirit soul. Identity of the spirit soul is Jiva Swarupoi, Krishna and Nitras. We forget about that. We lose that identity as a part and parcel of Krishna, as being servant of Krishna. We don't have association or we don't have service to Krishna. So when Jiva loses the service to Krishna, forever it is like hell. It is more hellish than anything. It is better to be a karmi than to be a Mayavadi. Mm. That's why in India, sometimes they don't get Krishna consciousness, but however, it is easy for a Westerner uh, who doesn't have any background of any Vedic culture, has led a life of very eating meat, drinking wine, and all these nonsense things like anything. But and he has no connection with Vedic culture. He is so lukewarm, but they are more qualified for If they take up Krishna consciousness so quickly, then a person who knows a little bit of Krishna, a little bit of scriptures, he has connected with somehow with Vedic culture, Sanatana Dharma, but they cannot become devotees. You see, why? Because of this problem, because of jnana prayasa, feeling of oneness or kevala dvaita. So as long as the feeling of oneness, as long as everybody all over India will after death, what is meant by moksha? Moksha means we will merge into Brahman. Lean. This word is very famous, Brahmaleen. In Swaminarayan Sampradaya, for each sannyasi, there is a name called Brahmaleen. For each sannyasi is called Brahmaleen, Brahmavileen. Like that they address, as Prabhupada said, how the Mayavadis address each other. Namo Narayana. What is Namo Narayana means? Danda Grahena Matrena. What is the next line? Danda Grahena Matrena. Does anybody know? Atindriya Prabhu, you know Danda Grahena Matrena?
No, Prabhuji.
Danda Grahena Matrena Naro Narayana Bhavet. As soon as you accept the sannyas danda, you are called as the Narayan. Namo Narayan. They address each other as Namo Narayan. Actually, when these Swaminarayan people, these so-called Apasampradaya, when they say Jai Swaminarayan, they are not addressing the Narayana of the Supreme Lord. They are addressing each other as Narayana. They are addressing you are becoming Narayana, I am also becoming Narayana. So like that they say Jai Swaminarayan. Of course, they say Jai Shri Krishna also, and they have taken it. Actually, it is an offshoot of Pushti Marga, Vallabha Sampradaya, Swaminarayan. There are temples all over the world. But the main problem is that they made the Guru itself God, Sajanananda Swami. So he is, there is a dham called Akshardham, which is above Goloka. That is what they say. So this is all a big hindrance in Krishna consciousness. It is better to be a pious Muslim, a pious Christian. Of course, I don't know what piety is there in Christianity and Islam. There can be, some devotees argue. But okay, even if there is some piety in Christianity and Islam, even being a pious so-called human being, of course, in Hinduism there is piety something. So if they little bit get association of devotees, if they take up to Krishna consciousness, then they will take up easily Krishna consciousness than those people who are who know somewhat Vedic culture, somewhat Krishna, Rama, somewhat Mahabharata, Rama, and Bhagavatam, but they cannot become devotees. Why? Because of this uh, anartha. Actually, Kevala Dvaitavad or Jnana Praya is the anartha actually. So this, as long as this Sahyajya Mukti Anartha is there, what is that? Anya Bhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadhyanavritam. Acharyas have given long commentaries on this particular verse and particularly on Jnana. Anya Bhilashita Shunyam Jnana Anya Bhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karmadhyanavritam. Jnana should be anavritam. How karma should be anavritam. Yoga should be anavritam. Then everything should be shunya. Then anukulena Krishna anushita. Then that is anukula paristiti. As long as the first atyahara can be satisfied only when we give up this prayasa. First jnana prayasa. When we give up this particular thing, that anartha, that atyahara, that will go away. Because as long as that is there, because you want to, you thought, you are the enjoyer. Now you, sacrificed your enjoyment and you are hankering for others' enjoyment, it expands his selfishness. And now you saw that that is also fruitive and that is also not giving you happiness. What you thought it better merge into the Brahman. Prabhupada condemned it by saying that it is just like the from the mother's womb, the baby comes out and he sees that this world is full of problems and he wants to enter the mother's womb again. He doesn't want to stay here. Is it possible? It's not possible. So, like that, it is not possible for the soul to merge. It is like Ramanujacharya gave example of a green bird. Are you able to hear me? Hare Krishna. Are you sleeping? Don't sleep. Uh, just like the green bird entering the green tree. The green tree, there's a big tree, and the green bird has entered the green tree, and the green tree is there in the green big mountain, and which you can see from far. Everything is green, and the green bird entered the green tree, and there is a green tree in the greenery of the whole big mountain. You think that everything is mixed, but everything is not merged. But if you go to the particular tree where that green bird has entered, then you will see that green bird is there sitting in the on the branch. It is enjoying its fruits, or it is having its nest. It is feeding its children. So these all things you can see separately. But from the distance, you will feel as if it is merged. That as if it is merged is called Maya. What is that? This is Maya. There are three kinds of ways. There are many ways people can become blind. First one is Mayandha. First one is by illusion, by becoming too much enamored by material. This one, they become andha, or become, what is that? Um, become blind. The second type of andha is dhanadhurma andha. Because of too much of opulence, too much of wealth, one becomes blind. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, dhanadhurmadandha. Third one is kamandha. What is kamandha? Kamandha means one who is too much lusty and too much, cannot control his senses, agitated, too much lustful, too much smati. Then that type of people are called, their eyes are blinded by kama. It's called kama andha. And other type of andha is this the mayavadi andha. Those people who want to merge into Brahman, they are like blind people. They have too much of light. They see too much of light. Like for example, when we are going in the, of course, one is by birth, one is blind. That is another thing. But when we are going in the highway sometimes or expressway, sometimes we see that the cars are coming from our side and we are driving. That particular light falls on our eyes so powerfully that we are not able to judge whether the opposite whatever is coming is the car or a two-wheeler or a big truck, which kind of vehicle is it? We are not able to understand it. So in that way, so many head-on collisions happen because they are not able to see the light because of the too much of light, the glare. Because of too much of glare, they are not able to see the what is there behind it. Are you all devotees understanding what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So in this way also one becomes blind. So Mayavad makes us blind. Mayavad makes us blind. Keval Advaitavad. Mayavadi Krishna Paradhi. Vednamalye Bauddha Hoilo Nastik. By not accepting the Vedas, the Buddhists are called as Nastik, Na Astika. Because they don't have any stance, they don't have any essence in their life. Na Astika. Na Asti, I'm not there, Nastika. So, Vednamandya Bauddha Hoila Nastik. What is that? Vedashvaya Nastikyavad. बौद्ध के अधिक Vedashraya. See, it is much more nonsense. Demons, you can understand that he is an outright demon. He is telling, I don't believe in God. That is fine. But Gnostic means he doesn't believe in God. He says outrightly, I don't believe in God. But Keval Advaitavad or Mayavad is like that. That Vedashraya, they take the shelter of the Vedas. Vedashraya, Nastikyavad. Vedashraya Nastikyavad is much more dangerous. Bauddha se adhik. That means they are much more, more grievous, more serious than Buddhist. Bauddha ke adhik. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave everybody love of Godhead. He drowned everybody. But Mayavadis, they didn't want to drown in the ocean of love of Godhead. Mayavadis, infidels, Buddhists, these people, they never drown in the love of Godhead. That's why you should read this 7th chapter, Adi Leela of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya, and 5 features. It's very beautiful. Purports are like killing. Mayavadis are torn to pieces. Everybody should read. Actually, it should be read over and over and over and over and over. Otherwise, even in devotional service, we are having Mayavadis. Hospitals, what is this? This is Mayavad. Feeding poor, what is this? This is Mayavad. Mayavad or Karmakanda, or this is not pure devotional service. Hospital, the midday meals, and then eye camps. These are not pure devotional service. These are Jnana Prayasa or Karma Prayasa. Jnana Prayasa is like pseudo spiritualism, which has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. What is that? Oh, divine. Remove Krishna, remove God, and then just stay. I'm servant of divine. We have an ashram over here where some boys stay. In one big signboard, somebody has written, I am servant of divine. I just cut the divine and then put Krishna on the top. So people want divine, the divine society of India. There is a there is a there is a very age-old so-called spiritual organization called Divine Society of India. Previously, many Westerners also used to come over there and join. There is one more society called Theosophical Society of India. There is one more society called Self-Realization Concept of Spirituality. Blah, 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 blah. There is one more mission called Ramakrishna Mission. There is one more called so many famous, all Mayavadis. Pakka Mayavad. Previously, Mayavad means Shankar Sampradaya. Nowadays, many Neo Mayavadis, as Maharaj said. Neo Mayavadis means they take from that one and mix up with their own thing and then make up one more thing. So Mayavad, pantheism, and then what is that? These both go together and they mix together. Shaivism, Shakta, Ganapatya, and Keval Advaitavada, and then Neo Mayavad, and then Bahuvishwaravada or pantheism. Okay, these are all got mixed up like anything in Kali Yuga. Everything is mixed up. Mixed up means like a big Jnana Prayasa Khichdi. Previously, Keval Advaita Math means only Shankara Sampradaya people are called Keval Advaitavadis. But now, pure Keval Advaitavadis are reduced. Of course, there's so much to speak on all these topics. Sahaja Mukti. There are 6 kinds of Mukti. Actually, there are 5 kinds. There are 6,000. There are 5 kinds of Mukti is authorized by Bhagavatam. Can anybody tell what are the one by one? What are the 5 kinds of liberation mentioned in Bhagavatam? Ramdas Prabhu. I am only speaking. Everybody should speak now. What are the 5 kinds of liberation mentioned in the Bhagavatam? Come on, speak. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Can you
Hare
hear me?
Krishna. Yes, I am able to hear you. Please.
One is merging into the effulgence of the Lord, which is what you're talking about. This Jal.
No, that is not. Authorized by Bhagavatam.
Oh,
Sarupyam.
No, I asked Ramdas Prabhu to say. Sahajya Mukti is what we are discussing. That's fine. But
yeah,
what is
but
other kind of?
that's considered one of the liberation. It's an impersonal
No,
liberation, but it's liberation.
yeah, but the Vaishnavas don't authorize it. Vaishnavas
Okay.
don't authorize it. Okay, what are? That's why I asked. There are six kinds of this one. What are the other five? Other five kinds? Okay,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
okay, yeah. You know.
No, it's not complete.
Okay, no problem. Okay, any other devotee?
Salokya.
Okay, one is Salokya. Salokya means
Salokya means Saloka, same loka, to reside with the Supreme Lord in the same loka. Sal.
to reside with the same to reside with the Supreme Lord in the same planet or same abode. That is called as Salokya. Then any other, not you, not Paramatman, any other devotee? V Swamiji. Any other
Have
next?
the
Any
same
other?
body.
Sorry,
Have a similar body as the Lord.
Samipya
what is that called?
Bhakti.
What is okay? What is that? What is that to? Um, uh, what is that to same body? What is that called?
Samipya. Samipya, any, I think,
You both are getting merged. Ramdas Prabhu, you said to live in the to live in the, okay. He said Paramatmanand Prabhu said to live in the same abode, that is Salokya. You said to have the same body as the Lord. What is that called?
Similar body as the Lord.
That's what
I don't know.
similar body. What is that? Okay, that is called as Sarupya. Okay, Sarupya Mukti. Okay, V Swami he said uh, Samipya. What is that Samipya? Samipya means
Hare Krishna, to get privilege to stay uh, means along with the Lord.
भगवान के पास friend.
to live in the same to live near the Lord. Okay, one is Salokya, Sarupya, Samipya. Another one is
साष्टी.
Sarishti means
भगवान का जितना वो ऐश्वर्य रहना नहीं उसका
oh
बराबर नहीं थोड़ा
okay. Whatever it is, to share the same opulence as the Lord, that is called Sarishti. So we have five kinds of liberation. So five kinds of liberation, not six, five. Five is one is Samipya, Salokya, Sarupya, Sarishti, and the fifth one is Sahyajya. The fifth one, Sahyajya Mukti, actually Vaishnavas don't consider, actually reject that one. But the rest of the four Vaishnavas get it, they can get it, but they don't aspire for it. There is a shloka, direct shloka in the fifth canto, in the fourth canto of Bhagavatam. It says the Sarishya, Saripya, Sarupya, Samishti, the Vaishnavas, they don't aspire for it. These are the things. So here it is that Sahyajya Mukti. Sahyajya means merging into the Brahma Nirvanam, absorption in the Supreme. Actually, Sahyajya or merging is of two meanings. One is to merge into the Brahman, that is also one of the meaning. Other one is to absorb in the same, that is also one of the meaning. So when we should not consider mukti as only merging liberation only through merging, because when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a Mayavadi and he lost in the debate with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he by the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and by talking to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he converted to Vaishnava as a Vaishnava and a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he wanted to change the verse from the Bhukti Pade Sadaya Bhag. Jnane Prayasam. We will see that shloka is there. Jnane Prayasam. Here, Bhaktivinoda Thakur goes. Jnane Prayasam Udapasya Namanti Ye. No, no, no. No, not this shloka. What is that? Mukti Pade Sadaya. What is that? What is that shloka? Forgot. Mukti Pade. Okay. Tattenukam Pansami Samana Bunjana Yavatmakritam Vaipapakam. Vidvagvatvupi Vididam Namaste Jiveta Yokta Mukta Pade Sadaya Bha. This is the 10th canto, 14th, 88th verse, wherein it is said that one who tolerates, it is said that one who earnestly waits for Lord's mercy to bestow upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering the Lord, Supreme Lord, respectful obeisances within his heart, words, with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. Here, the word, please, you have to take care of the word called Mukti Pade. Mukti Pade means it is called as liberation, but it is not the impersonal liberation. It is the liberation means to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wanted to change that word Mukti Pade to Bhakti Pade. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu laughed and said, no, 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 we should not do like that. That Mukti means Mukti Mukhalitanjali. He gives another meaning. Mukti, as quoting Bailamangal Thakur, saying that Mukti Mukhalitanjali Sevati Asma. When you become a devotee, you don't merge into the Brahman. Rather, Mukti becomes a servant of you at the devotee's doorstep to wait and ask service from him. Mukti Mukhalitanjali Sevati Asmat. And another meaning of the moksha is moksham Vishnu Angrila. So moksham Vishnu Angrila means moksha means to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. Moksha means not to merge into the Lord. So these are all the various meanings coming from all these things, and so much else can also be spoken. So for the time being, we'll continue. Jnana Prayasa is a hostile to spiritual life. This is explained. So Jnana Prayasa is actually, it is not, it is not, it is hostile. It is not at all, it is antithetical to spiritual life. Although Jnana is required, but by Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya can come out. By Bhakti, by devotional service, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam. What is that? What is that? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhare Kripam Budhir Yastamaham Vade. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give bhakti, by which you get jnana and jnana and vairagya both. It is said in the Narada Bhakti Sutra that Bhakti Devi, in seeing the Mayavadis and pseudo spiritualism, apasampradayas becoming more and more and more in Bharata Bhumi, in Bharata Desam, in this world, she wanted to go to the West. That is what it is mentioned. So how Prabhupada could treat, because this is being predicted in the Narada Bhakti Sutra. It is said that Bhakti Devi wanted to go to wanted to travel to the Paschatya Desha and wanted to give this bhakti to everybody. And some bhakti, bhakti has two sons. It is said Bhakti Devi has two sons. One is Jnana and one is Vairagya. And these are relating to Krishna. It is not, when we say Jnana means it is transcendent knowledge. When we say Vairagya means Yukta Vairagya. There is nothing like Phalgu Vairagya. There is nothing like Jnana Prayasa. But because we are not situated in that, so we have to condemn Jnana Prayasa. We have to condemn the other that is Phalgu Vairagya or Mumuksha Vairagya. So somebody has given some message. Yes, Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janaiti Aksha Vairagyam Jnanechan. This shloka is very, very important. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita. What is the Prayojita of Bhakti? Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janaiti Ashu Vairagyam. Janaiti Ashu Vairagyam. Asu means soon. Ashu Vairagyam Jnanachaya Dahaitukam. By his pure devotional service, what will happen? The Jnana and Vairagya. Divya Jnana Hriday Prakashita. How it will come? Shri Guru Mukho Padma Vakya Chitte Te Kariya Aikya Arna Koriyo Mani Asha. When Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, when we hear the Supreme, when the instructions of the Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, Chitte, we become one with the Lord. When those instructions of the spiritual master become one with our heart, then Chitte, then there is nothing else is there in our heart, only the Guru's instruction. Then Sri Guru Charane Rati, aise Uttama Gati. Jai Prasade Puru Sarvasa. When we become like that, then Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. Chakhudan Dilo Jai. Janme Janme Prabhu. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. So Divya Gyan in the heart, that will manifest. It's not so easy. Our whatever knowledge we are having, it is through the heart of six Goswamis, manifested through the heart of Acharyas, through Bhaktivinoda Thakur, through Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, through Śrīla Prabhupada. That's why Śrīla Prabhupada says, how can Śrīla Prabhupada say that these are dictated by Krishna? Because Krishna is directly once dictated by Krishna. Once what happened in a room conversation, there was one Westerner was asking, if you become a pure devotee of the Lord, so Lord will and how I will know that Lord is directing me or not. So if I am following purely, I don't know whether the Lord is directing me or not. Whether who is then Rameshwar Prabhu was saying that no, you will get some indication. And somebody will come, some devotee will help. No, Prabhupada interjected and said, no, it is Supreme Lord will directly help you. Supreme Lord will directly speak to you. So this is what is happening. So we directly, that's why Prabhupada said, these are not my books, these are Krishna has dictated me. As dictated to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, no, Baladev Vidyabhushan. So Baladev Vidyabhushan wrote the Govinda Hasya. Who dictated? Govindji of Jaipur. He came directly to Baladev Vidyabhushan and he dictated the whole Govinda Bhasha. He gave the Vedanta Sutra commentary. The night and night, the whole commentary was ready. Baladev Vidyabhushan wrote it and submitted to the then king of Jaipur, the Mansi. And then our Sampradaya became authorized. How Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is because of Nityananda Prabhu's order. You go to Vrindavan, your all heartful desires will be fulfilled. When he came to Vrindavan, Madan Mohan told him to write the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So these are all our acharyas give lot of examples, lot of instructions. So by which we understand that Krishna directs directly for a true devotee. So these are all the indications where is the Divya Dhyan. These are all coming from the heart. That's why people cannot understand. They cannot understand many things. Of course, Prabhupada is writing in his books, but it's very difficult. Okay, we will go ahead. Mundaka Upanishad in the following words. Navamatma, we read that. So that's why when we come to this particular stage, wherein there is the two shlokas, it is Mundaka Upanishad and Mandukya Upanishad also there is one more verse like this. Nayamatma Pravachanena Labhyo Namedasa Nabhovana Shutena Yamme Vaisat. Like this, there is one more shloka. I don't have time to read now, but there is also. So we have to understand by our own dint of knowledge, by our own dint of intelligence, because we have heard so much, because we have so much piety, we are Brahmana, we are Sanskrit Pandits, we are born in India. Bhakti is not monopoly of Brahmins or Indians or South Indians or Sanskrit Pandits or Bengalis. Bhakti is not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not a Bengali sannyasi. Śrīla Prabhupada is not a Bengali devotee. He is not a Bengali person. If you think like that, then that is bodily consciousness. Arche Vishnu Shiladi Gurushu Naramati, considered as resident of hell for that matter. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't belong to Bengal, nor it is Bengali Sampradaya. Prabhupada is not a Bengali or anything. They are all acharyas. They are above these bodily designations. Bengalis may be fortunate that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is born in Bengal. Just like Ramanujacharya is born in Tamil Nadu, doesn't mean he is a Tamilian. Alvars are born in Tamil. They have written Tamil language. Tamil Veda is so famous. Alvars have written Divya Prabandham. That doesn't mean that It is only Tamil people's monopoly. That's like nowadays there is a big debate going on that Murugan is Tamil god. No, Murugan is not Tamil god. The Tamil so-called Devata or god or whatever it is. God is God. What is Tamil god? What is Christian god? So that's why Christians nowadays coming to Andhra or Tamil Nadu, they say that Christ is everybody's God. And the Hindus he is Christian. He is not a Hindu God. But the way they dress Christ and Mary in Tamil Nadu, they put Tripundram, they give a spade that which Kumaras or Muruga has, or Lord Muruga or Lord Kumara, who is the son of Lord Shiva, has. He's having a spade in his hand as a weapon. So he's not a Tamil god or Tamil. There is nothing like Tamil god, Telugu god, Indian god like that. God is God. Son is Son. Okay, reading further. In the Śrīmad Bhagavatam 10:14:3, Brahma says to Lord Krishna, Dhyane prayasa mudapasya namante yava jivanti sanmukharitam bhavati yavartam sthane sthita smritigitam tanuvam prayaso jita jitopi. They should all by heart this verse. Please repeat after me. Dhyane prayasam. Okay, you can tell without muting also, no problem. You should repeat that one. Dhyane prayasam.
Gyane prayasam
Udapasya namante eva.
dupasya namanteva
Jivanti sanmukharitam.
jivanti sanmukharitam
Bhavati yavartam.
avadiya vartam
Sthane sthita.
tane stita
Shrudigatam.
shrutigatam
Tanuvam manovi.
anuman manobhir
Yaprayaso jitachito.
yaprayaso jito
Actually, it should read like Yaprayaso jitachito pyapistais trilokyam.
yaprayaso
Yaprayaso
jito
jitachito pyasitais
loka
trilokyam. Should all read. I heard this verse actually every time, whenever, even at night, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, if somebody wakes you up and asks, what is the Jnana Prayasam Shloka? Then you should immediately tell Jnana Prayasam Udapasya Namante Eva Jivanti Sanmukritam Bhavati Yavartam Sthane Stita Shrutikataam Tanuvar Manodin Yaprayaso Jitachito Pyastais Trilokyam. Lord Brahma said, Oh my Lord Krishna. This is one of the Brahma's prayers. A devotee who abandons Jnana Prayasa. This is what Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur. This is Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur's translation. A devotee who abandons Jnana Prayasa. Everything. Actually, he abandons Karma Prayasa also. He abandons everything. The path of empiric philosophical speculation, because that is the last snare of Maya. That's why he gives that. A devotee who abandons Jnana Prayasa, the path of empiric philosophical speculation aimed at merging in the existence of the Supreme, and engages in hearing your glories and activities from a bona fide sadhu or saint, and one who lives an honest life in the occupational engagement of his social life, can conquer your sympathy and mercy, even though you are agita or unconquerable. So as long as the Mayavad, the poison of Mayavad is there within the heart of the Jiva, within the heart of the living entity, never, ever, never, he can get the mercy of the Lord. As long as the Mayavadi is there, the Mayavad Dushana, this is called as Mayavada Pradushana, is there. It is not that you want to give mercy. Don't think like that. It is he will not get the mercy. That you should understand. It is just like the rope is there, but he's not catching. What can the Lord do? Lord wants to pull. But the Lord doesn't want to hold the because he's thinking, oh, why I should hold? I don't know. Here it is very nice. So it is like this. Lord wants to show. Lord is equally merciful to everybody. Don't think that Lord doesn't want. Sarvadharman parityajamamekam sharanam vraja aham sham sarva papetu moksha ishan. This, when Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, moksha ishan masucha, this is the Charan Shloka everybody knows, but nobody wants to surrender to Krishna. Now Gita Press, there is Gorakhpur Gita Press want to print book in Hindi, English, both. Many people ask this. Actually, they ask in one particular book, can we get in local Hindi language and English also? We never printed that book, but now because of their 100th anniversary or something, they want to print and they want to distribute to the youth. They want to distribute Gita Press, Bhagavad Gita to the youth, and they want to distribute. They want to tap that market also because they see ISKCON is distributing so much. So it's a great competition for us. We should also print. We should also print in Hindi. We should also print in Telugu. In Telugu also English should be there. In Hindi, English also should be there. So in that way we can tap the market. So in that way, what will happen? Book becomes big, and our market also becomes big. So we should abandon this jnana prayasa. Unless and until one abandons jnana prayasa or philosophical merging of the supreme, unless and until this doesn't get out of this. So what and all, why we are preaching, why we should hear again and again, why we should always do this Shravana Kirtana every day. We should not forget, because to remove or to slowly eradicate Mayavad within our heart. Because as long as we as conditioned souls, we are conditioned souls, we are sadhakas, we are trying to do our sadhana. As long as the Mayavad, as long as we don't become the pure devotees of the Lord, the Mayavad doesn't just like that get away from our heart. It's not so easy. So that's the thing. So as long as the devotee abandons jnana prayasa, he cannot get the mercy and engages in. See why? Because as soon as we give up Mayavad, that is not important. Giving up Mayavad, that is the negative side. Giving up Mayavad, detachment and attached to hearing the glories of the Lord. That one is detachment, another one is attachment. One is giving up and one is accepting. One is positive and one is negative. One is negative is to abandon jnana prayasa. The second one is the other. This is nisheda and vidhi. Vidhi is to hear. Nisheda is to abandon the jnana prayasa and engages himself in hearing the glories of the and activities from the bona fide sadhu. This is very important. Engaging in what is that? Sthane stita shrutigata. How it should do? Wherever we are located, wherever we are situated, we should sit. We should sit and hear. We should sit and hear. That's all. We should sthane stita. Sit and hear means wherever we are, we should hear. We never can say inextently. In whichever ashram we are, that's what he said against. Who lives an honest life in the occupational engagement of his social life. Wherever we are in the, as far as brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, or brahmana, vaishya, kshatriya, brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, or any of the platforms, whether you are a student, whether anything. So that's why those people, we can see ourselves. I can see myself. We have been coming slowly to Krishna consciousness. Slowly, we got the book. I remember once getting the book and then slowly hearing from them. They force us to hear from them. And then slowly, we get the association. Slowly, we increase our round. Slowly, the devotees put lot of endeavor, effort on us, giving us their time. They're giving us their blood, their money, everything on us. They contribute, they give so much. And we also, after they left, we also try so much. And then we also hear so much. And then slowly, we come to a stage where we chant 16 rounds, where we read Prabhupada's books, where we try to distribute Prabhupada's books. Slowly, we start with one book. We are hasty, we are not confident. And then slowly, we distribute one book, two books, three books, and then we try to distribute Bhagavatam. And then we try to distribute so many books. So, in that way, we abandon the jnana prayasa and then fixed up in hearing about the glories of and activities from what will happen by hearing from the bona fide sadhu. What is that? There is a verse in the 12th canto of Bhagavatam, 11th canto of Bhagavatam. What is that? I used to remember what is Santa eva chindanti manovyasangam uktibhi. This is the shloka. Santa eva. Okay. Santa eva chindanti. Santa eva Sant. Oh, Sant. Sant. Santa eva chindanti. Oh, oh, Krishna. Anybody knows the shloka? Santa eva chindanti mano vyasangam muktibihi. I forgot. Santa eva chindanti. Santa chindanti. Santa eva chindi. Uktibihi. I forgot this. I get this. Does anybody know where is it? Chindanti. Oh, chindanti. Santa eva chindanti. Okay. Santa evasya chindanti. Okay. Ato dussangam ussrijya satsu sajjeta buddhiman. Santa evasya chindanti. Manovyasangam muktibi. An intelligent person should therefore reject all bad association and instead take up the association of saintly devotees whose words cut off the excessive attachment of one's mind. What will happen when we hear from the saint or sadhu? Our all unearthliness they will cut into pieces. Sometimes, when I was hearing Prabhupada's lectures and I joined the ashram, I hear sometimes that certain people, I sent to my father, so many people, some of my friends, Prabhupada's lectures, they feel very intimidated. They feel very like as if, why Prabhupada is speaking like this? Why is he saying rascals and fools? I used to tell a joke to them. There was one foolish sannyasi who went to Chicago and said, my brothers and sisters. I said that there is a foolish sannyasi who went to Chicago and said, foolish, my dear brothers and sisters, there is a saint and there is a pure devotee Mahabhagavat who went to the West, who also went to the America and said, you rascals and fools, give up this nonsense and surrender to Krishna. That is Prabhupada. So, the Santa Eva Chinanti, you should hear 1966 lectures. The lectures of 1966, 1968, 1969, those lectures, 66 or 67, 68 lectures, before 1970 lectures, you should hear those lectures. You will think, what Prabhupada is speaking so heavily. You should hear Chaitanya Charitamrita lectures. Kama kauder dasya hoya tara lathi khai. Prabhupada was giving example of football. At that time, football was also famous in the West. Now also, the World Cup is going on. I'm surprised that devotees are not giving the example of football. Nowhere I see that they give it. Now nobody speaks about football. I give the example of football. Prabhupada said football, the freedom of football. You are being kicked from one goal post to the another goal post. You can, another goal post. Another goalpost. What is that? The kicks of Maya. Maya is kicking you from, just like the football is helplessly being kicked from one post to another post. So you are being kicked by Maya, slapped by Maya, your Kama Krodha. Kama Krodha dasya hoya, because of your Kama Krodha das. I am not Krishna Keshava das. I am Kama Krodha das. Maharaj very mercifully gave the name Krishna Keshav Das, but I am Kamakrodha Das. Kamakrodher Dasya Hoya Tara Lathi Kha. It's like getting beatings from. Did you imagine? Do you know how the police they charge with their lathi? That is called as lathi. They beat that lathi with that stick. If they beat you, it is so painful. You can't get away with that pain for months and months. It is so painful. You don't know. Actually, people are nowadays all these BJP governments, they became very alert, and wherever there is against Lord Ram, against anything, there is love jihad, anything, they beat them like anything. They get the beating like anything. Of course, still there's so many things are going on. Even in the West also, even in the US, if you are stolen, if Indian scammers are being caught red-handedly and they're beaten like anything. They run away. Every day, some other Indian scammer is caught in US. Every day, from Bihar, from UP, from Punjab, from Haryana, from Bengal, specifically Bengalis, Gujaratis, Telugu also. So these people, they don't have any shame. They run sex rackets. They kidnap people, prostitution rackets. So much is going on. Visa frauds, so much. And they are being beaten. Like that, we are being beaten away by Maya every time and now. So by association of Shushushudadhanasya Vasudeva Gadajiti, Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevana. This is one more verse from Bhagavad. There are so many verses like that. So, our essence says, and only if the honest life with occupational or social life can conquer your sympathy and mercy, even though you're. So, that type of person can is actually attains the mercy of the Lord. How to attain the mercy? This shloka is the pramana, how to get the mercy. These are the points. How to get the mercy of the Lord? We try to build a chart, we try to make a flow chart. We can make a flow chart. How to get Krishna's mercy? Krishna's mercy. First of all, understand that you cannot attain anything. Jnane prayasam. First, leave that. The first shloka itself is jnana prayasam. First, leave that you can understand something. Just forget yourself. You can understand. I can understand. Forget it. You cannot do that. Then you leave that you want to merge into Brahman. This is one more. And third one is Jivanti Sanmukridam. Okay. Now surrender onto a sadhu. Go to a sadhu. Go to a bona fide saint. Go to a spiritual master. Search for the spiritual master. And what is that? Tadvidhi. It's a must. Pranipat. Prakrishya Rupena Nipat. Serve him. Bow down to him. Serve him. Tadvidhi Pranipatena Sevaya. Pariprashnena Sevaya. So pariprashna will come after seva. So seva, do service. And then you hear from him. Then you lead an honest life, occupational life in this social life. Then you can get the mercy of the Lord, who is unconquerable. It's not so easy to get the. That's why we don't go to Krishna directly. We approach Radharani. Even to get Radharani's mercy also rejected. That's why we go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is also very difficult. So that's why we go to Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is also very difficult. That's why we go to the representative of Nityananda Prabhu, who is in this world, who has come in this modern age as Śrīla Prabhupada. Śrīla Prabhupada's mercy is also very difficult. That's why we go to our spiritual master, who gives us Śrīla Prabhupada. Through him, we get Acharya's mercy. Through him, we get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. Through him, we get all the Radharani's mercy, Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. Then we get Krishna's mercy. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult. Okay. We will continue to read Prayasa further by giving an example of husk. There is an example of husk in this particular shloka. Tesham ashau kleshala eva shishyate nanyad yatha stula pushavaghātinām. This is very, very important. This is called husk, the rice husk. Anyhow, we will speak tomorrow on this particular verse. If anybody has anything to ask, say, speak, you can unmute yourself and speak. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I have a question.
Yes.
Prabhuji, some devotees who are in academic profession, they try to establish, means they do some experiments to show the effect of Krishna consciousness on our mind and sensual platform. So maybe their motivation is just to establish the importance of Krishna consciousness, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in the academic community. But does it also come under the Jnana prayas to understand the Krishna?
Obviously, it is all Jnana Prayasa, but that Jnana Prayasa is unnecessary, but it is because it is dovetailed in Krishna, so it is okay. It is like it is okay. You're trying to engage in Krishna service. That's fine, but that is not required. It's not so much is required. And because required means they think that they have achieved something. But you can see these type of devotees, they always be in that platform. They cannot become, these are called as mental speculators, philosophical speculators. Speculation has no this one, but when it comes to Shastra, see, anyhow, Prabhupada has given everything in his books. Why we have to work so hard for we have to, like, there is one devotee who has written a book. In that book, he gives the God's formula. And he puts the whole formula and proves that there is God. And then, oh, of course, for us, it might be sounding so this one, but actually, if you see, it is like that. It is very difficult. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not required so much. It's not required, but you may say you are not understanding, so you might not required. Everybody has their. This is the problem. Actually, you can't tell against them, but at the same time, uh, if it is simple and if it is to Prabhupada's books, it's enough. It's not so much. It's a burden, actually. It's unnecessary burden. It's unnecessary endeavor. Bridge preaching, for example, it's unnecessary endeavor, actually. Of course, you get so much of results, but what kind of devotees are they? You can see them. They are not so. See, one has to be very much. What is that? What happened? Every one person is just dropping. I don't understand. I don't know. All drop. They have. Everybody has so many things to do. It's already 9 o'clock, 9:15. So the thing is, uh, uh, it is not so much necessary to be. Uh, it's like what I can say. They may say that you cannot do. That's why you are not saying. But Krishna consciousness is very simple. Prabhupada made it very simple. And why you want to make it unnecessarily complicated? Why you want to? It's like some devotees. What they speak, they give all sorts of examples and make it very hard to understand. Why? It's very simple. Why are you making it so much complicated? If you want to, okay, you can. There are devotees. I can tell our own godbrother is there. One godbrother. Yeah. When I hear his lecture, I feel very burdened. I think that why you want to speak all these things? He is very good in Maharaj. With Maharaj is also happy with him. He does so much. But sometimes his lectures are going too far and too much of this one. Not required. If you read Prabhupada's books, you don't get. You may say that he is trying to get. Maybe I don't know. I don't unnecessarily do this mental gymnastics. Anyhow, it's each and everybody's taste. There are some people's taste is there, so it's like that. Okay, Prabhu.
Yes, boy. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Some people
Hare
can
Krishna.
want to. Some people they are habituated to hear that lofty Siddhanta. Lofty Siddhanta. If you want to do, then you condemn Mayavad. You go to a Mayavadi and then you try to convert him. Then we will see that through Vad Vivad how you can do. With devotees you can speak so much. I have not seen anybody going and challenging a Mayavadi, a hardcore Mayavadi. Go to Kanchi Kamakoti Pitham or go to Sringeri Matham, have a debate. Then we will know what kind of Siddhanta you are doing. Then we will know. But in between devotees, you may flare up like anything and then show that you are a very great Maya. No. You go to Shankara Matha and then speak to these Mayavadis and then defeat in your this one. Then we will know. Go to Jains, defeat them. I have not seen any ISKCON devotee doing such a thing. Prabhupada did. Prabhupada went and spoke to many big people. He used to get invited. I don't see any of our devotees, any of our Radhesham, anybody, nobody. They give lectures in their classes. That's what they do. That they are doing it very nicely, and we have to pay obeisances to their efforts. That's fine. But you should go. If you go, then we will see. Nah, I don't see anybody doing it. They speak in between, in amidst of devotees, all putting tilak, or those who are fools, all old grannies or grandmas are sitting, grandpas are sitting in the classes. and some youth who are fiddling around their fingernails and putting their finger in the nose and the ear. That type of people we are preaching and pious, and they become devotees, and we think that we are great preachers. Go and speak to Richard Dawkins. Go and preach to Carl Sagan. Go to speak to Sam Harris, Lawrence Cross. Go and speak to all these people. Go. If you are having so much of guts, then go and speak to these people. Go to China. Go to Japan. Why you come to United States? Why you come to Farmington Hills? Why you come to Johns Creek? Why you come to Hindu community, Telugu community? Go to atheistic class. There is MIT. There is a big atheistic community. Go to IIT Madras. Go to IIT Chennai. IIT Hyderabad. There is Nirmukta. Go and debate. Then we will know your intellectuality and sab bahar aa jayega. Everything will come out. We don't have anything. We don't do all these things. I'm sorry to say. We are not. Gokul Chandra Prabhu can do it. Gokul Chandra Prabhu has that guts. Gokul Chandra Prabhu can defeat anybody. Nobody can stand before. Gokul Chandra Prabhu has that ability. I don't see anybody in ISKCON. Very few, one or two. Maybe Damodar Prabhu, little bit. But there are some devotees who can do it. But I don't see anybody else because of their nature. Radhesham Prabhu cannot do it. He is very humble. He cannot do it. Gauranga Prabhu, he doesn't want to do it. I don't see anybody doing it. Nowadays, those who are YouTube preachers, they have millions of followers. These people, they will never go to these places. Even in United States, there is nobody. Even in our own God with us, there is nobody who can speak. They don't know they don't know Bhagavad Gita's next shlokas. I challenge. It's not so easy. It's not so easy. You can't speak about 5 minutes about Bhagavad Gita. You can't, because you don't know what is the next flow of Bhagavad Gita shlokas. Why Krishna says 2 times bhakti in Patram Pushpam Thukam Shloka? Why? Because there is a link over there. There's so many things. So point is that better we live with devotees and think that we are a great devotee and we are doing very great. Get garlands, get a red carpet welcome. We are very good. Anyhow, I am in these 4 walls in United States, Atlanta. What I can do? Hare Krishna. I have not done anything. Okay, anyhow, Hare Krishna. Pancha Kalpatarudesya Kripas Devi Shamvitanam Ramanagarash. It's not that I'm saying that they are not devotees, nor I'm challenging like that. They are all very great devotees. But if we challenge these people, then our real, how far we are. There is once what happened, Nityananda, there is our godbrother called Nityananda Prabhu. His name is Nityananda. Nityananda Ras. Yeah, Nityananda Ras. He's very famous in Facebook. He sings Sanskrit shlokas. His Facebook very famous. Everybody knows. He has 2 daughters. He lives in Baroda, Gujarat. He's from Lithuania. Lithuania or Latvia? Lithuania, I think. Lithuania, Latvia, I think somewhere. Okay, and he came to Salem and he's extraordinarily scholarly. Nobody's there like that. He knows Tamil, he knows Bengali, he knows Sanskrit. He's well versed. He speaks fluent Tamil. He's a very good devotee. He was a brahmachari. And he became somehow he got that thought to become a scholar, and the scholars means Sanskrit, and then he wants to marry. And then he married. But what I'm saying is that he couldn't defeat a guy who is an iron. He presses clothes in a remotest place in Salem. In Salem, he used to go for book distribution, and he couldn't debate with a local. In India, go and debate. Any of our book distributors, they will fail within 1 line. Ramdas Prabhu says it is very difficult to distribute books to Indians. Go to Tamil Nadu, go to internal-most Tamil Nadu. You can't distribute even 1 book. It is very difficult. It is very, very difficult. People will thwart you. People will rag you. People will bully you like anything. You will commit. You will think where I have come. You go to Kerala. You will be thinking what has done in my life. So he went and he couldn't defeat that. He got defeated by a person who is just ironing clothes. There is a community called Dhobi community. Dhobi, those who live by washing the clothes of the people. And in that community, they iron the clothes also. That fellow is more scholarly than Nityananda Prabhu. Can you imagine? Of course, he couldn't defeat him. So he tried for days and days. Didn't go for book distribution. It's like that. I remember when I distributed books, I defeated means I distributed book to one atheist. Hardcore atheist. Hardcore. For 3 hours I spoke. 3 hours and gave one Bhagavatam, Tamil Bhagavatam. It's long back. I have a photo also. It's there. So point is, this sharpens our intelligence. If you want to distribute books, if you want to sharpen your intelligence, go to India, live in India, debate with Indians, debate with Mayavadis, debate with all pseudo-secularists, pseudo-communists, Ambedkarites. Hell lot of people are there. India is filled with anti-Hare Krishnas. Filled. If you want, every day there is pantheists, there is Hindutvavadis, there is Ramakrishna Mat people, Mayavadis. Now you have Ritviks, the original books. You have Christians, you have Islamic people, you have communists, we have leftists, we have communists who are not leftists. You have Ambedkarites, you have so many people. It's not so easy to distribute books or preach to Indians. Nowadays, at least, hey, United States is not so difficult. I think it is like go to China, go to Japan. Actually, I should go to China. China, if you distribute book to one Chinese person, your life is successful. Of course, I distributed one today. They were last week. But what I'm saying is, that's what is the thing. Go to China. I am very much, maybe next life I will take birth in China. I am very much interested to preach to Chinese and Japanese. They're hardcore people. Because Paschatya Desha Tarini, this Paschatya Desha, the extreme west is China and Japan. Extreme. These Chinese, Japanese, Laos, Cambodians, Thais, Myanmar, Philippines, Malaysians, all these Taipei, Taiwanese, Koreans, Japanese, Mongolians. It's very, very tough to distribute books and preach to them. This is the hardcore West. Okay, anyhow, I am going on speaking. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Śrī Bhaktyāloka ki jai, Śrī Bhaktivinoda Ṭ𝚑ā𝚔 ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Am I whatever I spoke is okay? Is correct? Is fine? What do you think?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so much is there.
So much things are getting.
Okay, bro. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.